Cactus. What up, mate? How's that sleep schedule, man? I'm fucking rocked. Horrible. Horrible sleep schedule. Jump scare, yeah. Thought about doing Zero Ranger, but I think I just want to finish this up. Put it in the mail for tomorrow. Comfy. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up as late as I can, but considering I was literally falling asleep playing this earlier, we'll see. I have these weird moments where I'll be like really tired. Sometimes in the first half of the day, then I'm wired the rest, so hopefully that happens. I did have some coffee. I jump into Zero Ranger, a shmup, to prep for Void, Stranger. Yeah, it might wake me up, but yeah, that's the problem, is it might be too difficult. But I mean, what, Lost Levels, Mario Bros. Ain't gonna be much better. I could follow this up with Dordogne. It's another comfy point and click. Shorter. It's another one that came out this year I'd like to do. I'm not switching my setup for a horror game right now.
Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to hold my breath for long.
Maybe in a few days.
If I'm going out there, I'll need a way to breathe.
I mean, I can delay it a bit. When I come back, I've got Spider-Man, Mario, Liza P, Void Stranger, maybe Lords of the Fallen. I might not mess with that. I haven't done Amnesia at that point. Want to do that book game. We got the Yakuza game in November. Had a billion other things. So, if you actually are going to play it and for some reason can't get to it before like the second week in November, I could delay it a little bit. But yeah, it's a game I want to do this year for sure. Trying to knock out as many of this year releases as I can. For the end that I planned on playing anyways. Just for the big chat. I've got quite a bit. Hey man, I just played Mario Bros. I'm about to play an NES game too. And anything leaving Game Pass. I mean, this is a year or two old, I think, right? This is 2022, I think. But I got added to Gamefly, so. Next year will probably be lighter. Yeah, it's just been a busy year. I mean, ask anyone. Just a lot of games, man. It's been good. And there's so many I haven't gotten to or I'm gonna miss. Stuff like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I just don't have $40 to buy it. Stuff like that. There's so many games I'd love to play that I just don't have the money. I'd like to do Paranormal Sight, I just don't have the money. This is all just stuff I can do on the cheap. Like, if I had infinite money, we'd be... Holy fuck. And I'm skipping shit left and right. Probably skipping Sonic. Might skip Lords of the Fallen. I skipped Assassin's Creed. I skip more than I end up getting to play. Oh yeah, Tevies this year too? Jesus Christ, dude. That's a must play. Dude, I'll play a game if it's good. I don't care what kind of game it is, man. I'm above it, man. It sounds goofy, but you know what? Here we are. We might find something great. It's been okay so far. How you find cool shit? Not above everything. Yeah, Signalis is gonna happen, but I've been waiting for like Odo and all that, and since this year's so packed, I'm fine waiting until probably next year. I believe your recommendations are good. It's just gacha. I have a problem with gacha. I have a problem with early access and games as a service. Because they never end, or they're not done. So it's just kind of like, it's not that I don't want to do Honkai. It's just that it ends up a little lower than the totem pole. So hopefully when the shit starts evening out, December next year a little bit, we could try one of those. Would you guys rather see Genshin or Honkai? He just doesn't listen. Almost like people recommend FF11. I want to do FF11, but it's like going to be a month or two long investment. Star Rail? Okay. We'll do Star Rail. I've only heard good things about Star Rail, so I mean, and I'd love the conversation playing like a gacha like that, like a different kind. But it's just long, and I have enough games lined up almost to the end of December's chat pretty much, so. Our short. I swear to God, I play all sorts of recommends. The thing is, I've been gifted a lot of stuff too that I haven't gotten to. I mean, there's stuff like The Sims where it's like I just can't get to all those, but last you gifted me Jagged Alliance like a year ago. Like that kind of stuff needs to be played. Shit like Legend of Grimrock was, I'm really looking forward to that. And that was Ride Lows. Yeah, I want to do Tomba. I've always wanted to. There's just that many games, right? And then with Game Pass and GameFly, I mean, that's how I save a lot of money. And since I'm not picky on the type of game, just whether it's like halfway decent, that just fills up a lot of time. Don't worry, within 4 years, I'm sure physical media will be dead. And then all the recommendations will be played. Because I'll not play anything new. Alan Wake 2's this month, too. I'm not even going to be able to play that. I don't have the money. Alan Wake 2, the early previews are supposed to be sick. 60-hour RPG recommends. I want to play this. I liked the one you were playing yesterday. Yeah, the dialogue is a little odd, but the visuals reminded me of like, I had like a one-shot meets Yumaniki, but like with like Undertale energy vibes. That was odd, man. There's just a lot of good stuff out there. Even if you just browse a single genre, like for Next Fest, in the next year, just like horror games alone, there's so many. I mean, most of those are probably horrible, but it's like, there's just so much, man. Thing is, my play style too is like, I play a bit more exhaustive, right? Like I take my time, we talk, I do most content. It's hard to want to like cut down on that kind of shit. Usually if I do that, it means I'm not into the game that much. So. I didn't really check out Next Fest much. I just watched a few streamers looking through some shit. My stream watching experience has been pretty much just watching Voices of the Void. That game looks so fucking cool, but I want it to be done before I play it. Just insanely slow burn, like sim physics type of shit with like completely like random events happening and shit. Comfy spooky. A lot of porn games. What's the problem there? It's digital only on EGS, with no physical, dude. Jesus. It's funny because they had companies approach them to do physical, but I guess they just don't want to. The Detective Pikachu clip. Beep 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 beep. See, that's my thing too, is like even the bad games. Like that ended up having some of them like the most highlight so big moments of the year, right? No, really? You should play it. Except it's mind-numbingly boring for 10 hours.
Oh, goodness, yes. I've been looking for that all morning. Wherever did you find it?
Yeah, it gets good in the last cutscenes, dude. Pokemon fans. It gets good at the credits, bro.
Rather curiously, we found it behind a locked door leading up to the attic.
Oh.
Thing is, I'm gone for a month too.
Oh my, well, that is most strange.
Not a month, but like a week or two.
Count for that
This
at
month.
all. Most strange indeed.
Suspicious, Reverend.
Nonetheless, I'm glad I was able to return it to you. Well, goodbye for now, Reverend.
God be with you, my son.
God be with you, my son. But yeah, this has been okay. I hate this photo. It reeks of like
Ah, I do believe I've
somebody's
met this
OC furry
Indeed,
sex
sir.
avatar. The fox with the wink, dude. I'm going to Colorado just to visit my family and hang out. Nothing wrong with some furry shit, I don't mind. It's just there's this aura to it when you just see it in a game, dude. It's like it annoys you. Yeah, I'll probably stay at the Stanley Hotel for like a day or something for Halloween. And then I'm just gonna hang out and chit chat. See the grandparents, aunts and uncles, some cousins. Shoot the shit with my grandpa about tech stuff. Then come back. Do some gaming. I have a bit of work shit next week too. That's another reason I want to try to get like lost levels and shit in.
Maybe this will help.
You can't just stick it on your head though, you know?
I don't know how
You need
much
to make
like
it
random
somehow.
stuff I'll be able to get to.
Yes, and figure out a way to breathe.
Is it even going to fit over that whacking great conch of yours?
A little elbow grease is all that's needed for this.
That's
I
like
think.
the whole joke. Is they're just like hyper British, but the VA is not like really that great, so it doesn't always land. It's also got that Monkey Island style of jokes, where it's just like a joke a second. So you kind of have to be into the atmosphere of them always trying to be lighthearted and jokey, because the quality of the jokes aren't that great.
Giraffes don't have elbows, do they?
Well, either way, this seems to be doing the job.
It's been alright though. It's just kind of basic, like basic point and click stuff. Maybe a few too many semi-obscure steps to do some mundane things here and there. Not I mean, it's got a kind of then there were none story set up. You're on an island. There's a storm. The lord of the house dies. So that's cute and all that, and the animal thing's kind of funny, but that's kind of where it ends. Yeah, I mean, Echo. That's where Agatha Christie pulled her inspiration from.
Hello? Is anybody in here?
I'm sure I heard movement. I say, come out and show yourself, you bounder.
I mean, it's just like your typical LucasArts style of jokes. I mean, I like Monkey Island. I mean, they're fun. It's like, I just will never laugh. I'm just like, oh, you know, this is a nice little thing, right? But humor is so subjective, right? Some people probably laugh every 2 seconds on this one, but not that it's completely subjective. I can speak for the VA, but
I can't see. No, wait, over there. There's somebody
Smug.
towards us.
I'm not feeling smug. Giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Very slowly. Greetings, I am Lord Winklebottom, and this is my associate, Dr. Frumple. You, I take it, are Ambrose, the butler.
I don't want to sound smug. I'm just saying that there are people who just constantly laugh at like Monkey Island, or, and I imagine in the same way that somebody might constantly laugh at this, but because it's always trying to do jokes and stuff, if they don't land, it's kind of hard to really be like, well, what's the problem kind of thing. I mean, I'd say there's a problem with the amount of like interesting locations and steps to do certain things, and some of the VA delivery can be a little flat or off sometimes, and maybe the one-noteness of kind of the British humor thing they're going for, but like, you know, that might work for some people, right? Like, it's still fine.
Oh, thank heavens you
Luckily, I was in
found
the
me,
mood
Lord.
for a point and
I've been
click.
trapped up here all night.
What the blazes happened to you, old thing?
Oh, some ne'er-do-well shut me in after I disturbed them snooping around up here.
Tell us, who was it?
I do apologise, my lord, but I'm not feeling too well after my ordeal. Would you be so kind as to let me rest a while before I talk about it?
Oh, not at all, old chap. We shall come and see you in the servants' quarters presently.
Very good, my lord. Thank you.
That's disappointing. I was hoping we'd find a criminal up here or something.
Maybe we have.
What, the butler did it? Rather unlikely, what?
Just once I'd like it to be the case, though.
I need to watch Clue, dude. Sick of it, man. Needs to happen.
Now, what's under here, I wonder?
Clue's this way
I
too,
say.
but just comedy. Mansion with the thunder and all that, and a bunch of random people invited there.
My word, what on earth is it?
The Lord
What
dies.
has you so uncharacteristically blithesome, my friend?
Don't you know what this is?
But
one
it's
of
got
those
Tim
machines for
Curry.
saying, well, you know.
And Christopher Lloyd. Very different than say this.
I honestly have no idea.
It shows pictures, photographs, you know, of animals. Animals who aren't wearing any.
Any what?
Well, anything. At all. They're completely undressed. Or so I'm told. I never thought I'd actually see one of these in person.
How absolutely ghastly. Doesn't seem to do anything. I think it needs a coin to operate it.
I'm sure we can find a coin or two around the place somewhere.
A machine that apparently shows photographs of animals in various states of undress. Some tape used for sealing up boxes and such like.
It should be a nice little family trip though. Yeah, we're not gonna like
This trunk is full of
overseas
various
or
knickknacks,
something.
trinkets, old tools and so on. Let me just check through the tools. Yes, there's a small screwdriver in here. I'll take... This trunk is full of various knickknacks, trinkets, old tools and so on.
Something specific. What is the dust chute
No,
for?
I don't... No, I...
That it? Need a coin. Yeah, the upswept hair is pretty bad too. I don't know if those are like backers or what, dude. I'm talking about that earlier. Is like you just It's an interesting development in games since like Kickstarter. The backer area in like every indie game, right? Portraits used to just be like portraits, now it's like backers, right? That kind of shit. And you don't even know if it's not at this point, right? Like, those might not be backers at all. These aren't. Something you never really like thought about back then, right?
This screwdriver fits perfectly. Ah, yes, here we are.
That's not really a problem unless it really draws attention to itself. It's just something new. Last decade, you think
Looks
about?
like you've come up trumps, eh?
Ugh. A trumpetless
Do you guys see me sip out of a 2-liter thing of Coke and think, damn, this guy's a degenerate? You guys respect that, man. Am I losing the respect of my fellows? I just don't like putting the last bit into a cup. It's a waste, man. It's a degen thing, I'm sure, to...
This looks like a child's doll. It seems to be a cuddly axolotl.
If I did it around my parents, that'd be a degen thing. I mean, they wouldn't care that much, but... definitely would be normal.
Bit of an old.
Tell me about how you got trapped in the attic.
Well, sure. It was like this. I was in the attic sorting through a few of the master's belongings. It's awful messy up there, so I've taken it upon myself to do a spot of spring cleaning.
Go on.
Well, sir, while I was tidying, somebody else came in and started rooting through the boxes. It's dark up there, so they didn't notice me at first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't see the problem myself. It's already a container, right?
Who was it?
Well, alas, that I
The only reason I don't
can't
do
answer.
it from the
Much
top
as they
is
didn't see me,
then it's just gonna
I
get
couldn't see
flat
very
quick.
much of them.
Most unfortunate.
Anyway, I must have made a sound because
Be
it
better, yeah.
startled them.
I too, it was a while I wasn't drinking
the
soda,
door,
but
slamming it shut.
I'm trying to be like
Must have
ultra
done some
cheap lately,
damage
so I
because
kind of
it
bought
got
some
jammed.
liters lately. Since I don't have my car. Needed like overtime drinks.
The rotter locked the door at the bottom of the stairs too.
I suppose they must have thought old Ambrose here saw them and wanted to keep him out of the way, at least for a short while. But what were they looking for, I wonder?
Like the game got quieter all of a sudden.
Ambrose, I regret to inform you that your master is deceased.
I know, sir. Ms. Clutterbuck was kind enough to break the news to me.
Do you have any idea who the rotter might be?
Alas, no, sir. My master was a kind soul. It's hard to imagine anybody wishing him harm.
We have reason to believe there may be a safe in the house somewhere.
No, my lord. Leastways, not as far as I'm aware. The master kept his paperwork in his study, but there's no safe in there.
Maybe it's in the submarine,
Well,
bro.
this is frustrating. I mean, just what is the point of a combination if we don't have the safe to go along with it?
Farewell.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Was that useful?
Well, he seems dead to the world. How does he seem to you?
Poor fellow isn't.
We have a lot of stuff now. Now we might have enough for the autopsy. Let's go ahead and just get that out of the way.
He doesn't have... Right, then, I suppose you'll need to perform this autopsy.
Trouble is, I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least, I'll need a knife, some needle and thread, and some kind of apron to...
And this can be an apron.
I'm really not sure what the...
Needle and thread? Guess we don't got that. Got a knife. Let's go underwater. I've also been over here. Know how to get through the forest. We've been down there
I
yet.
say, I wonder where this goes.
I suspect it leads down to the engine. Probably just machinery and such like down there. In any case, there's a red rope blocking our path. We really mustn't cross it.
Oh no, quite so. Unconscionable. Unthinkable.
Probably for the best, truth be told. Our record when it comes to operating machinery we don't fully understand is not entirely spotless.
The British. Yeah.
No, I don't. I have a helmet, but there are a few problems with it. Firstly, it won't fit over my head. Secondly, there's no way to feed air into it so I can breathe.
Oh
I
god.
must solve these problems before I can safely go out there.
We need a tube of some sort.
I'll use the tape when I connect something else. I have reservation. No, I don't think. I'd really rather.
Can this not do in some goofy way?
No. I'd really. This seems
Alright. Well, and the next
It's a
thing.
bit murky down here, though. I'd rather fancy.
I suppose some aquatic fellow might be living down here. Doesn't appeal to me. How would you have...
Let me have a closer look. I say, Frumple, old thing, there looks to be a chap in a spot of bother out here. It's a bit murky down here, though.
I suppose...
Let me have a.
Am I supposed to help him?
I say, Frumple, old thing.
Oh, I
there-
gotta go out there and dive, man. Got a lot of stuff.
I have reservation.
Well, let's check other shit out.
Let's give this a go then.
Wait, this might be dangerous. Let me stand back first, then you can do it.
Thank you for your concern, my friend.
Well, look at that, it's full of gunpowder.
Give me some of
You
that.
know, I'm not actually that inclined to just shovel a hoop full of gunpowder directly into my pocket.
Let me just use this.
I'm going to take a small quantity of gunpowder in this envelope.
Blimey, I'm going to keep my distance for a bit. Don't want to get myself all blown up if you drop the stuff.
No.
But what did they want me to do with the gunpowder?
This water is far too deep to wade in. great lake inside.
No good for wallop.
Alright. We could try the forest again, but we probably need some kind of code or something, because it's one of those like lost forest type of deals.
I'm really not sure what the... I'm not sure that... dude. We seem to have got turned... This forest is... Thank goodness for...
Wasn't really much at the crypt. I grabbed a couple things, but can I gunpowder this
I'm really
open?
rather... Ethelbert...
Don't much fancy being.
I'm not really inclined to...
No, it was more at the manor. I mean, that dude underneath the lake had strings, so that could be their needle thread thing, so. I just don't see
I have reservation...
any way to kind of like get a tube.
Really?
I mean, you could technically have this trumpet be like a tube, but in like a cartoony way, but.
Maybe I'll take this back.
Why? Want to stick your head in it again to get?
Oh, now we can take it. They didn't let me take it for the
I can use
longest
this packing
time.
tape to attach the bars to the helmet.
Okay. Is that it? What is this even gonna do?
I have I believe these are used to see...
No, old boy. That.
Oh, then we probably... Madam?
Oh, I guess, yeah. He's got the long face.
Thank you for...
Well, he needs some way to get air still.
No, I don't... Dame Seager's haberdashery bag.
Go on then, pinch a needle and thread while she's not looking.
Dr. Reginald Frumple, I'm appalled. We must ask her if we wish to borrow her belongings.
Like you asked when you made off with that dead chap's tie, you mean?
I have reason to believe you might have accidentally placed a quantity of coins into your bill.
Sorry, darling. Can't hear you. Terrible ringing noise in my head.
Dame Celia, we should like to borrow your sewing kit.
Don't mumble so, darling.
Farewell, Dame.
What did you say?
Okay.
Perhaps this trumpet would help with your hearing.
How dare you call me a strumpet? I've never been so offended in all my days.
No, madam, I said trumpet.
Now you're just mumbling, you young reprobate. Look, why don't you give me that trumpet you're holding so I can hear you better?
I have reason to believe you might have accidentally placed a quantity of coins into your bill.
Oh my word! However did these get here? Well, perhaps you should take them, darling, and let us not make any further
How does that
mention.
happen?
Ugh,
Senile.
all wet. Here, Frumple, you're more used to bodily fluids than I. You keep these, and I'll just take the one we need.
Oh, charming.
It seems to me, Dame, that you're making something of a habit of purloining items that don't belong to you.
And you're a damn thief.
Oh, darling, it's true, it's true. I just can't help myself. So many pretty, shiny things. They'd be happier with me, don't you think? I'm doing it for them.
I see. It's really not acceptable behaviour, though.
Everybody's allowed one dirty little habit, aren't they, darlings? It's such a little thing, really. They make such a fuss about it.
They?
The theatre owners said I'd ruined the play. It was the meerkats of Venice. Well, how was I to know they needed all 3 of those silly boxes? I left them one, but the others were so sparkly. I just had to have them, darlings. I had to.
You mean you stole props in the middle of the play? I take it they fired you.
Yes, darling. They replaced me. Replaced me! And it was all hush-hush, of course, but I didn't work in theatre again. These days I'm lucky to get booked for a cabaret night at the Darby and Joan Club.
Most distressing, I'm sure.
To think my career would meet such an ignoble end. Oh, darlings, you should have seen me in my prime. I
He
did
likes to
all
talk,
the
right?
greats. Shakespeare, the primates of Penzance, waiting for Doggo. Oh, I was marvellous, darlings, simply marvellous.
I wonder if you might borrow your sewing kit.
Well, I suppose so, just as long as you return it. Take what you need from my bag.
That's
I
borrowed
think your
shit.
bird will want it back after I've been using it to serve the body.
Farewell, Dame C.
Well, easy enough. Might be a thief, but she's not that bad. We might be able to do the autopsy now.
Right then, I suppose you'll...
Trouble is, I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least, I'll need a knife.
Buddy,
No,
we've got needle thread.
I don't...
We've got a dust sheet.
I
We've
don't
got
wish
a
to...
knife. What? Okay.
Right then, I suppose you'll...
Trouble is, I don't have...
Buddy, what do you need, man?
I'd really...
Does the dust sheet not work as an apron for him?
I have reserv...
I mean, Jesus, how specific does he need it?
This might prove...
Absolutely not.
I have reserv...
Well, let's go do the coin thing.
I'll just pop this in here and...
It's working. It's working. Let me see, dash it all. I say, there's a nude fellow in a bath. You know, he looks somewhat familiar.
The priest.
Well, I'll be jiggered.
I think perhaps we should endeavour to never watch that again. Ever.
Yes, quite so, old thing. Quite so.
Without a call.
Are we gonna approach him about it? Doesn't seem to be important. I mean, it would answer who came up here and possibly attacked the slot.
Ah, Reverend, there's something rather delicate I wish to discuss with you. Quiet, Frumple.
What is it, my son?
Well, that is to say...
You were in a dirty movie.
Ah, bugger. I just knew it had come out at some point.
You don't deny it.
Would that I could, but no. I feared Gilfrey had discovered my secret. I suppose that's why we're all here. So he can reveal the terrible truth to the world.
Surely not. Gilfrey wouldn't do something like that.
And why shouldn't he? Maybe he felt that it was the right thing to do, or maybe he was going to ask for money to keep my secret. In any event, perhaps I should be punished for my sordid past. I needed the money, you see.
Is it a fucking
I was
tub?
young and foolish.
The old church roof again. Couldn't you run a tombola or something?
I hadn't taken up the cloth then, you understand. In fact, in many regards, this is my way of atoning for that sin.
Well, don't worry, Reverend. Your secret is safe with us.
Oh, is it? That's a shame. It's a blasted funny story.
I don't know if that was
Well,
required,
goodbye for
but
now.
God be with you,
we got it.
A sporting truck.
One of you.
See, the thing is, you can interact with stuff in the past, and then they don't let you pick it up, but now, like, they might. It's one of those things
An
where...
award. Now, let
Oh, just
not inherit.
best way.
One would hope that you...
Kind of goofy. Oh, this pipe. We
Seems
can
though I
use
might
this.
use
Yeah, I'll try to pick it up for eons now.
a bit more quick tape, and I now have a helmet that both fits and allows me to breathe.
You say something.
Thank you. I once knew a chap who was killed after getting trapped in one of those.
Right. Let's go do the underwater thing and save the octopus, I guess.
Well, I've modified this helmet to be suitable for a giraffe, so it's time to head out. Frumple, you can close the airlock behind me, and I'll attach the hose to the vessel's air supply.
The hose that's held in place with packing tape, that hose, not that it matters. That valve will probably drop off the front before the hose detaches.
I'm really starting to feel that you have no confidence in my abilities.
No, I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm just saying it's a good job I know the kiss of life, that's all.
Right, here we go then.
Okay, to see it. You just gonna look out over here? That's it? I was like, boom.
How do you do, good sir, and how are you this fine day?
Hello! None too clever, truth be told. Got myself stuck in this blasted wine. All tangled up down the old tentacles, don't you know?
I say, how absolutely ghastly for you. I say, do you want me to help detangle you from that stuff? Might be a bit tricky for me down here, mind.
Oh, that would be most splendid. Thank you kindly. I'll just pop up to the surface when we're down here, then.
I'd say this submarine is really quite a splendid vessel, isn't it?
Well, not exactly my kettle of fish, you know. But I suppose for you land dwellers, it's a useful contraption.
Goodbye for now, old thing. I'll see you back topside, as they say.
Thanks, old boy. Much appreciated, I'm sure.
The ultra British guy, man. Nautical bastards. I guess that was it.
Just pulling at it is just making it tighter. Let's have a look now. Oh, this will come off easily if I just cut it into a few pieces.
Careful you don't prod him too hard. I had an octopus for a patient once. Tried to give him a reflex test by hitting one of his tentacles with a hammer, and he squirted his filthy ink all over me.
I can hear you, you know.
Right, that's done the trick. I say, what is this wire stuff anyway?
Nobody really knows. You find it sometimes under the water. Not a blessed clue where it came from or what it's made from, but it's almost invisible. You don't know it's there until it's too late. It must be animal-made, but I can't imagine its purpose.
Well, you seem to be free now, old chap.
Thanks awfully. I'll be toddling off then. Blasted nuisance. I don't normally come this close to shore, but I was trying to keep away from a ship out at sea. Blasted thing nearly ran into me.
Where does he buy his
Don't like
top
the
hats out at
clevers
sea,
it
man?
was trying to get through that storm.
How peculiar. Did you recognize the ship?
No, never seen it before. These waters are usually so quiet. They seem very keen to get here, but I don't think they managed it there. The storm was too severe. They're still out there off the coast now, as if they're waiting for something.
All seems a bit odd to me. What knows what anyone want with this desolate little place?
Right.
Well, farewell then.
Goodbye, old chap.
Suspicious.
Thanks awfully for the help.
Still waiting to find out about this monster they were talking about. The cookie shark?
No. This seems unlocked.
I don't know what all this is for, man.
Look, Frumple, there's a book of music on the organ.
No, I don't think so.
You've not even looked.
Well, even so.
We need to play the music at some point. To open a safe? I guess. We like scare them away or something?
I'd really. And
There's just not much here.
Tarquin Bernard Flopsy III.
There's almost definitely nothing out here. Is the pigeon up finally?
Ah, Miss Clutterbuck, I wonder if you might be able to lend us your apron for a short time.
I think not, my lord. I'd be lost without it. Give me a minute and I'll get you one of my spares, though. There you are, my lord. You can keep this one. It never did me any good in any case.
Oh my. Here, Frumple, you can keep hold of this. I wonder if you could tell us where Gilfrey's safe is.
Safe? Oh, no, my lord.
What
The
is it,
master
like
doesn't have a
lingerie or something?
But he must.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm afraid not.
Well, this is most disappointing, I must say. Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
Okay, now we got the apron. The cloth. Couldn't just cut a hole in it. Gotta have a proper apron.
Right then, I suppose.
Let me take the needle and thread and I'll get on with it. Right, I'll just get ready.
Yes, the cook.
I'm not really sure about this apron. Oh well.
Jesus,
Here we
that
go,
apron's super small, man. Jesus Christ.
Is that it?
then. Yeah, it's all done. He was murdered, all right. Saltwater poisoning. Somebody must have tainted the water in his pipe network.
And salt water would kill him.
Yes, he's a freshwater animal. Couldn't survive in salt.
Can you estimate the time of death?
Poor chap probably only died shortly before the maid found him, but the salt could have been put into the system hours earlier. There's no way to know when the killer struck.
So we know how he was killed, but not when. That makes it hard to nail down a suspect. If it could have been done at any time, anybody could have done it. Blast!
Time for a bit of detective work then. Talk to suspects, fill up the old notebook, what?
Indeed, there's a villain on this island, and it's up to us to bring him, or her, to justice. Come, Frumple, the game is a hoof.
At least they sewed him back up, man.
He doesn't have anything else on him.
Talk to everybody.
Madam,
Who's looking saucy?
about the incident. How well did you know Gilfrey?
Aristotle, not well. I knew dear Ethelberta for many years, almost since I was a Creer. I remember she was so excited when Aristotle proposed to her. He always seemed such a kind soul.
Then you don't know why anyone would have done him in?
Gracious, no. Please find out what caused this terrible tragedy, Lord Winklebottom. I fear his soul will not rest until you do.
What do you know about the incident?
I have tried to speak to the spirits, but there is a veil over these events. All is cloudy to me.
A load of rot.
Frumple, do be polite.
Oh, maybe you're right, Doctor. Recently, I find myself wondering if my powers are real after all. Perhaps it's all in my head.
You're doubting your abilities.
I might not be the only one. Think about it. An animal of science brought me here. Maybe he
Everybody's
didn't
got
believe
some
I did.
reason, some
Maybe
guilt.
He planned to put me to the test. If he did, I don't know that I would have passed.
Thank you for your time, madam. Now, about the incident. Do you know anything about what happened?
Not a thing, darling. I hid away in here when I arrived. It gets so tiresome being in public, you know. So many questions, demands for autographs and all that.
Well, since you mention it, I have a piece of paper here. Maybe you could...
Frumple, this is not the time. What can you tell us about Gilfrey?
I don't know him at all. No idea why he invited me. Truth be told, when I saw that journalist, my blood ran cold.
Why?
A lady has secrets, darling. Things she might want to keep away from her adoring public. I was worried Gilfrey might have discovered something about me and was planning on sharing it with the world.
What could be worse than being a thief?
Farewell, then.
Mysterious, but not that mysterious. Just a little mysterious. Marginally.
Turning to the incident, then. Are you aware of anybody who might have had a grudge against Gilfrey?
Well, my lord, Pumphrey seemed most vexed of late. Said he overheard the master discussing getting rid of somebody on the telephone. He thought it was him because of an incident in the vegetable garden. But I'm sure it wasn't. I can't think what he overheard.
Please tell us in detail what you know about the incident.
Well, my lord, as you know, I discovered the master dead a short while before you arrived. The other guests were here, and I've been helping them to their rooms. I went to find the master, and there he was. Dead. Oh, it was horrible.
And you didn't see anything strange before that?
Well, at the time, I thought it odd that Ambrose wasn't helping with the guests. Oh, I never dreamed he'd been locked up there in the attic all that time.
Miss Clutterbuck, it strikes me you might have had a somewhat uneasy relationship with the victim.
Oh no, sir. The master was very kind to me.
Not as kind as you'd have liked, though.
I suppose I can't blame him. A person in his position couldn't be seen as
Sure.
someone like me. He just wouldn't be proper.
Well, quite so.
I fancy I might have resented him for it a bit. Oh, my lord. If only things had been different.
Did you ever discuss this with him? Perhaps he might have felt the same way you did.
Not that much about it.
Oh, my lord. I just couldn't. Oh, the shame of it.
Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
The shame of it. Well, check out the proof.
I suppose now we know why this salt is down here. Question is, who brought it here and to what end?
Oh, that's easy. It was the killer, and they brought it to poison Gilfrey.
Very insightful, Frumple. Thank you. This system must feed water into the rest of the house.
Who done it, man? I wonder if it'll be anybody here. If it'll be some joke. You'd imagine it'd be somebody we've seen. It's not been that goofy crazy.
Thank you, Reverend, could we talk about the
Let's
incident?
gotta go to the graveyard too.
I wonder if we could discuss what you were doing last night.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
Well, we found your prayer book on the stairs to the attic. The same attic where Ambrose disturbed someone and got himself shut in.
You can't think I would do such a thing. I'm an animal of God, Winklebottom. I would never.
And yet, we found something up there that was of great interest to you, as you know.
All right, I admit I was trying to find that wretched machine. I thought I could destroy it and save my good name, but I heard somebody coming up the hall stairs, so I darted out of there and hid in the study. I suppose I dropped my book then.
So you never actually went into the attic?
No, I swear I didn't. And I certainly didn't harm poor Aristotle.
Thank you, Reverend. That'll be all for now. What can you tell us about the incident last night?
Alas, not a jot. I arrived here and went to my room for some peace and quiet before the big event. By the time I came down, poor Gilfrey had already passed.
You saw nothing unusual.
I wish I could help you, but no, I'm afraid I did not.
Well, goodbye
He's
for
got
now,
the
Reverend.
watch
Be
on
with
his
you, my...
flipper, man.
If we could talk about the incident for a moment. What can you tell us about Gilfrey's death?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I wasn't in the mansion at the time. I live elsewhere on the island.
Where?
I prefer the solitude. It allows me to focus on my work.
Secret lab. I'm gonna ask her where.
How was your
How
relationship
many
with
places to
Gilfrey?
live?
I was very grateful to him for offering me work. Many people aren't quite so open-minded, you know.
You don't know of anybody who would wish him harm.
Not at all. He wasn't exactly outgoing, at least in the time I knew him.
But you got along with him well.
As well as could be expected. Like most people, he underestimated me. I'm capable of far more than the work he allowed me to do, Mr. Winklebottom. But I'm used to being underappreciated.
He's pretty suspicious.
Because you're,
Indeed. Not the sort of work a woman is supposed to do, don't you know? I have to work twice as hard as the others for a quarter of the recognition.
Most frustrating, I'm sure.
And on top of that, I can't even get a lab coat my size with pockets in it. It's just infuriating.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Price.
Puddle of slime.
Poor Mr. Pumphrey.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do with us messing around
Yeah,
with that
actually,
water?
Oh, I
I?
don't... I'm really not sure. No, I once knew a chap who...
Let's go talk to the others.
God.
Perhaps we should discuss the incident. Do you have any idea who would want to kill poor Gilfrey?
Not a clue, old thing. Not a clue.
He had no legal problems, nothing that could suggest a motive?
Nothing that I knew about, and I would have known.
How about the old will? There's always a big kerfuffle about the will in cases like this, at least in my experience.
Nothing out of the ordinary. With his wife dead, just about everything goes to Constance.
Just about everything?
Oh, there was an amount set aside for the staff, to ensure they were well looked after. Not enough to kill for, though.
And what can you tell us about what happened to Gilfrey?
Hard to say, old thing. I mean, there was no shortage of folks coming and going, so it really could have been anybody. Quite the collection of characters, I think you'll agree.
You don't know anybody else here?
Not one of them. I've known Gilfrey for years, but not socially. I just dealt with his legal matters.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Well, we're getting along. We're amassing information, but if I put the finger on anybody.
We have reason to believe your father might have owned a safe.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I say, we've been over every blasted inch of that house and I've not seen one anywhere.
She knows about the safe.
You wouldn't, Dr. Frumple. Father hid it. It's behind a painting in the drawing room. You won't get into it, though. Even I don't know how it opens. Father wouldn't go
How does she
near
know?
it when others were in the room.
So how do you know about it?
One time, when I was just a duckling, I snuck into the room while he had the safe open. He didn't see me, thank goodness. I don't think even the staff know it's there. I can't imagine what he kept in it.
Thank you, Miss Gilfrey. Most interesting. Perhaps we could discuss your family. Do you happen to know if there's a particular tune or song your parents used to enjoy together?
Why, yes, there is, as a matter of fact. A song called Waddling in the Moonlight. Mother used to play it on the organ. I haven't thought about that for years.
Alright, got our song for the safe.
Thank you, miss. Farewell, Miss Gilfrey.
What could be in the safe?
If we could discuss the incident last night.
That might help us figure out who done it. The motives.
Do you know anything about the circumstances of Gilfrey's death?
Not a jot, old thing. I mean, any one of us could have done it, couldn't we? People coming and going for this big event. I say, it could even have been you. Or Dr. F here.
How dare you, sir? I'm a doctor. I would never.
Steady on, old thing. He was just making a point. How well did you know Admiral Gilfrey?
Never met the fellow. I mean, Connie has talked about him, of course, but we never actually met.
So you don't know who might have wanted to kill him?
Not a clue, old thing. Isn't it usually a family thing? Inheritance and all that?
Alas, his only family is poor Miss Gilfrey. And you, once you're married, of course.
Right, yes, I suppose so. If he'd allowed the marriage, of course. I don't think the old boy approved of me, truth be told. Like my own family, I suppose. I say, you're not suggesting we had anything to do with this, are you?
I'm not suggesting anything at the moment, sir. Mr. Spode mentioned Constance's inheritance. It would be rather substantial, I believe.
Oh, rather. I mean, jolly rotten luck and all, but she'll be a rich woman now.
This guy certainly would have motive, but he's not even married yet.
And you a rich man if you're to marry her.
I say, well, that's a fine thing, isn't it? Dashed rude of you, old thing. What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, just pointing out the facts.
Well, you can get that idea out of your head right away. The nerve of you. I mean, really, it's just too much.
Thank you, sir.
Probably not him though. It lathered it on a little too thick. But, you know. See if we can't find the record.
Hold on a moment, Frumple. Let's take stock. I'm rather afraid we're not getting anywhere with this investigation.
It does seem like a bit of a tricky one even for you. We have plenty of suspects, but little proof.
Quite. We seem to have got everything we can out of interrogating people. We're still no closer to knowing who did it. It's so infuriating.
Pity old Gilfrey didn't let you know in advance what his plans were. Might have given us a clue as to why someone was so intent on stopping him.
We just lost touch over the years. He was busy with research, me with my work, and now it's too late. I should have made more of an effort.
Steady on, old chap, you weren't to know. That's just how life is sometimes.
I just need to solve this case. Catch the fiend who murdered my friend.
I say, what if we could get the Rotter to expose themselves somehow?
Yes, but how? Oh, but wait a moment. Yes, it could just work. Madame Lavinia, she's the key. If she could summon Gilfrey's spirit, he could name the murderer.
Well, I don't want to burst your bubble, old thing, but, well, that's a load of old tosh, isn't it? There's no such thing as ghosts and spirits. Honestly, Winklebottom, you confound me at times.
You just fake it.
Of course we know it's nonsense, but the killer may not. If we can make it look authentic, a seance might cause the killer to reveal himself. If he thinks old Gilfrey's about to finger him, he'd have to escape, or else own up before he was accused.
So all we have to do is fake a seance and wait for the killer to react? Genius. Or insanity. Honestly, I'm not sure which.
Perhaps both, my friend. Right, we should talk to our friendly medium about this.
Yeah, but we gotta find out what they want to talk about first. We should probably check the study and all that. Is it the drawing room?
There is apparently a safe behind this painting, but I can't see any way.
Gotta be some way to get it open.
Probably this.
A curious box. Oddly, it seems to be... You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we have all the... A collection of grammar.
Oh look, they have sounds of this.
A trumpet...
They won't let us grab the music app. Oh wow.
Madam?
What if she's the one though?
Madam, we may have a need of your, talents to help us solve this case.
My talents? Whatever can you mean, Lord Winklebottom?
Witchcraft, voodoo, whatever it is you call it. You know, having a chinwag with fellows who have kicked the bucket.
You really must have a wonderful bedside manner, Frumple, but as my candid colleague suggests, we wish to have discourse with the deceased.
You mean a seance? Oh, I don't know. They are difficult to perform. I'm not sure that I have the strength or the ability come to that.
Please, madam, you must. This may be our only chance to catch the killer. And I think you might be surprised by just how effective you are.
Oh, very well, but I can't promise you'll...
Just so we know, what exactly will happen in this little shindig?
I will ask for 3 signs. First, a chill in the air, which will indicate a presence. Next, a ringing bell, so we know the spirit is here. Finally, a burst of flame as the spirit shows its
a lot
power,
of things that have
so
to happen.
we know the connection is strong.
And that's all?
No, then the spirit must show itself to us. It will appear in the room.
Blimey, how are we going to arrange all that?
They're gonna get his corpse. What the...
Thank you for your time, madam. I'm going to open these, it'll let it.
That's the idea, man.
This will make quite a flash of it.
Okay, we got the gunpowder.
Now I should be able to open this window.
That's 2 things. What was the other one? And we need his body. There was 3 things beforehand, though. The cold, the fire. It's like the bell noise. Maybe we have to do the dong. The ding dong. The clock. That makes the noise we need.
I have reservations. No.
We're not gonna use his actual body, man.
No.
We could have the thin wire drop the ghost down from above.
No. If I turn the hands, I can make the... If I attach the wire to the hand, then run it around here, I can...
Jesus, this thin wire is coming in pretty hot, man.
I'm really not sure. No, This painting is called...
Person.
I have reservations.
What about his body showing up, man? I mean, the holes and the sheets.
This seems unlikely. This seems unlikely.
God.
Well, he seems dead to the...
Poor fellow is now.
We still need to find our way into the safe room.
No.
Maybe that's what'll lead us to the lighthouse. Let's go to the study and see if we can't find out about his journeys or something.
I wonder if I can find any information.
What does it say?
Apparently.
Maybe we could use.
This must be a bait. Nothing under the case.
Damn cheek of somebody getting hold of them before you did.
Oh, that's where they went. I see. She took. Didn't even
Oh,
know.
I say,
I've never...
a bunch of exhibitionists of you.
A photograph from one of...
Jeff suddenly got around. This is the most upsetting thing.
I'm not sure it's quite at the top.
Don't see much else in here despite the globe and all that. Maybe one of those things we just can do it later. guess the order of locations he went to is pretty important.
This trunk is full of various knickknacks. A machine that apparently... I have reservation. Madam? Well, madam, we are ready.
Very well.
I don't think we're quite ready. Maybe we can try multiple times or something.
If the spirits are here, we should feel a chill in the room. Spirits, come to us. Oh. Good, good. Spirits, if you are with us, chime a bell so that we may know.
I can't just wander over and start adjusting the clock.
The spirits.
I have reservation.
Maybe we can put this in the tube? I'll just like be in there? I decide where he's gonna be. Maybe.
No. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. This seems unlikely. This seems unlikely.
Unless we have to literally send his body back through him.
I have
I mean, that'd be funnier. Like, use his corpse.
This tube is part of the network of pipes Guilford used to...
Ingenious system.
I think we've learned all we can. No, I don't think... No, I don't...
Like, I'm sure the ghost sheet it's supposed to be.
I have reservation. This tube is part of the network of pipes.
Ingenious.
Well, we could try just going through the steps.
Well, madam, we are...
Very well.
See what happens.
Firstly, good. Good spirits.
Right, we filled an envelope with gunpowder.
You know, this really isn't how I picture.
I think we have to
I can't do this while the sa-
The
do that after.
see.
Gotcha. What the hell's that music? So we gotta have like 3 different
I'll
gunpowder
attach a
things?
bit of wire. That's all of the wire used up.
Got like 3 whole things here.
I have reservation.
Well, what do we do about... Like I said, I feel like you're supposed to put something in the tube somehow.
I'd really... Madam? Well, madam, we are ready.
Very well.
Oh, let's try it again, huh? We'll do the 3 steps and then see what they say. Maybe we'll get some contact.
Good spirit.
Now, Frumple, it's your turn.
I mean,
Good spirits.
Let's just put it over Frumple.
Good. Now, spirits, manifest your physical form. Show yourselves to us. Oh.
Frumple is lurking in the corner of the room. He doesn't approve of this sort.
He's right here, dude.
The spirits see.
Is he not gonna say anything, man?
Madam? Well, madam, we are ready.
Very well.
Maybe we're supposed to wait for that moment. Somehow it's so dark they don't notice.
Firstly.
There's no point, is there?
No gunpowder left. Do we really have to go all the way over there?
I'll attach a bit of wire to this envelope. That's all of the wire used. Madam? Well, madam, we are ready.
Very well.
I don't think we've like restarted anything.
Firstly. Good spirit.
Oh.
Good spirits.
Yeah, it's daytime
Show
too,
us
man.
your power.
It's like clearly visible.
Good. Now, spirit.
Now, Frumple,
I mean, woo, I am a scary ghost, woo.
Is it just a timing thing?
Good. It worked. The spirits are here. Tell us, spirit, do you have a message for us?
Oh, yes, I'll say.
And what is the message?
Well, I'm jolly cross about being killed and all that, and I'll tell you all who the blessed rotter is if they don't own up right this instant. And I'll probably haunt them for all time, too.
Unbelievable.
Does anybody in the circle wish to respond to the spirit?
Oh, go on. Oh well, I suppose I'll be off then. Goodbye.
Oh well, I suppose we are finished here. It seems the spirits were unable to help us.
Maybe they knew, man.
Such a pity. I really felt like there was a presence manifesting this time.
Maybe they'll do something goofy now. Oh. Are we gonna actually talk to a spirit?
Well, we did our best.
I was rather splendid, wasn't I?
As I say, we did our best. I must say I'm rather at a loss to know what to do now. If only the sounds had achieved something.
To the graves.
Good grief, what the dickens is that?
Winklebottom, I don't like this. No, not one bit.
Steady on, old thing. It seems harmless. I wonder, could Madame Lavinia's seance have actually worked?
No, this is wrong, blasted. Unholy. I want no part of this.
I wonder, though, this is Ethelberta's grave. Could it possibly be? Greetings, madam?
No longer here. Just memories.
I shall be doing my best to wipe this horror from my own memory, that's for sure.
You, I take it, are a ghost? A spirit? Of Ethelberta?
I remember Ethelberta, but nothing more.
Seems like we might need to jog her memory if we're to get any sense from her.
I remember a flash, a child. Then I was blown here on the wind.
Typical. She missed out my bit.
Well then,
Not much time.
A flash and a giant.
perhaps you remember this.
No memory.
Perhaps you remember.
No.
Let's go grab the daughter's egg picture. They might finally let us grab that. That stood out.
This must be a baby.
Oh. For some reason.
Photographs from.
Chap suddenly got a.
Will it help her remember?
This trunk is full.
I mean, the record. Possibly, but maybe more likely something from the save. Could we take a picture of her?
This is a portrait of Gilfrey's late. How did she? It was a terrible incident.
I say.
No, she flew.
Oh.
A painting.
Can we get his body?
Ah, portrait.
Distinguished looking.
I think we've learned all we.
Is still asleep? Jesus.
This looks like a child.
Bit of an old thing to keep.
Thank you, Amber.
We could have him go play the music, but I don't know what the point would be. Well, maybe the music is supposed to give us a hint as to the door code. So we go down there. Whew.
Well then, Frumple, we know the tune you need to play.
Oh, very well, if you insist. Let's see now.
Good grief, a piece of paper shot out of the pipe when you played that last note.
Thought it sounded a bit off.
Let's take a look at this. It says, where we met, where we got engaged, where we married, where Constance was born. I'm not sure this is a great deal of help, but it must connect to this safe somehow.
The buttons. Well, we're gonna have to go talk to them. Either the spirit, she'll tell us all that, or the daughter herself could. And then we'll click them on the map. Let's start with her.
Perhaps we could... Do you know much about how your parents met, or where they were married?
Not a great deal, I'm afraid. I know they met on one of my father's expeditions in Africa, but not much beyond that.
What about their wedding, or your own birth?
I can't help you, Lord Winklebottom. They moved around so much, you see, and had so many stories. You know, I'm not even sure where I was born. Is that strange?
Thank you, miss.
Africa.
Farewell, Miss Guild.
Where they met.
Thank you, sir. Well then, madam.
Not much time.
Perhaps you remember?
No, no.
Alright. Maybe now we can check the fucking egg photo, if it says on there somewhere.
Where we met, where we got engaged, where we married, where Constance was born.
So we need engaged, married, born. Does he know?
Thank you, miss.
You'd imagine the butler might.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Guess not. Guess she's been more of the main staff person.
Thank you, miss.
Guess not. I mean, if we can just get a couple of them, I can guess the rest pretty easily.
A photograph from...
Jeff suddenly got a...
There we go.
Maybe this might help with finding... A photograph of Constance, just...
I mean, can we see
This
it?
seems unlikely.
Is this supposed to jog her memory or something? Maybe we can run back around and find some important doodads and bits now.
A machine that apparently... This trunk is full of very...
We're closing in for sure.
A bust of...
Not just a great...
A painting. Ah, portrait.
distinguished.
If we just take these off him.
This is a portrait of...
How did she do?
It was a terror.
I say.
No, she flew too close to the...
Oh, great.
We may be able to make you...
Careful, old thing. You're getting nearly as bad as...
Ah, look at him here. The pride of the Admiral.
Okay. So we know it's Africa is where they met. The wedding, the baby. Now we just need... They're engaged.
I say, look at this old...
Not for me. Couldn't...
An award for amphibian. A sporting truck.
One of you sport...
A collection of books. Nothing of any... Poor Mr.
I say.
Oh, I don't suppose... Thank you, Miss.
I guess the last one. I don't know if they have like an engagement ring or something hiding around.
I'm really...
Let's go grab these and see what's what. Maybe she'll just remember the rest.
Perhaps you remember...
Sweet Constance, how could I forget?
Parrot.
Perhaps you remember this.
My dear Aristotle, how could I forget?
New York.
We were wed in New York.
Okay. Work with that. So Africa. Unknown. New York. Eddie.
Frumple, I'm not.
I didn't even do it in the right order. Africa, let's try South America. And North America. Europe.
Where we met, where we got engaged.
Africa. Try Russia. Mexico's on there. What if they just don't let you solve it? It could be one of them twice, though. Could be a little odd. Arabia. Look at that. They might just not let you.
You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we.
Or can we learn about their engagement, man?
Now, let us.
Just
Not inherent.
best way.
One would hope that.
Yeah, just be another photo somewhere.
Another. Fu-
Unless, of course, he has an engagement. Oh, why would he have his engagement? Have a ring on his finger.
I think we've learned all. Poor Gilfrey. This painting is cool.
Important here. Doesn't look like it.
Thank you, Miss.
Problem is, it could be anything we've already been to. At least this is more of like a specific thing, a memory. Their engagement. I'd be back on the submarine. I'll head over there. Anything down here?
Notes about the
Or a load of bloody
My dearest Ethel,
fellow as a safe then. Best
I don't think I need to hear that tune again, honestly.
Nothing there. I don't think there's shit here then.
Isaiah.
I suspected.
Oh no.
Probably.
Some clue as to when they were engaged. It's possible that I did do the right combo, but they only let you do the combo once per try. So if you just keep pressing, it just considers it one super combo. Petty.
Farewell.
I think we'd have to ask her about this again, but it might be unrelated, it might be someone else knows. It's not like the Reverend married them or something. Oh, the engagement. Could be anywhere.
Sorry about the time. Another fine beat. A bust of the
good grief.
What is it? I say look at
Not for me. I say Winklebottom up.
you could ask. Well, goodbye for now.
God be with
Ah, look at him here, the pride of the Admiralty. Ah, this chap.
Looks most
Generally, yeah. Various works of fiction. These are most likely Ethelbert.
oh, Shakespeare.
I don't see anything here that'd be super useful, man.
I once knew a chap who was... You know, Thrumple, I'm not sure we have all the information.
I just don't even know if they'll let you do it. It might be like hard lock.
Hey, Trumpet.
Because I'm not seeing much info for that.
madam. You knew Ethelberta quite well, I believe.
Oh, yes. She was a dear,
I forgot
dear
about this.
friend to me.
I wonder, do you know anything about the circumstances of their matrimony?
Alas, I was unable to attend their wedding as I was on a 2-year-long spiritual retreat. I left shortly after their engagement. I'm not even sure where they wed in the end.
Do you know where they were when they got engaged?
Oh, indeed I do. It was on one of
Yeah,
their
I tried that.
expeditions somewhere in South America. She was so excited. Such a sad end. If I take one comfort from all this, it's that at least they are together again, and on a very great new adventure.
I do believe we now have the information we need to crack the code. Thank you for your...
Okay. Now they'll let me do it. Yeah, I didn't really remember that they were buddies. Let's go into that hallway just to get annoyed. Seeing that fucking fox painting. This painting, it taunts me.
By Jove, I think we've done it.
Yeah, you can't just force it. I've done that, I think.
Well, well, what do we have here?
Maybe now we'll find out what was going to happen here.
Well then, let's see what we have here.
I say, that skull is a bit strange. Never seen anything quite like it. Close to a primate
The
skull.
humans.
not
Was
any
that his
species I know.
research? The post-human or humans exist?
There are papers in here too. This must be what Price was looking for. Let's take a look.
Well, what have you found?
I'm afraid that a lot of the technical mumbo-jumbo is rather beyond me, but it would appear that this skull is the key to it all. He discovered it on one of his expeditions and has done a lot of work
Is that what
analysing
the
it.
monster is they found somewhere in it? It's gonna be like
And
a
he was
human.
planning to announce this discovery to the world.
Apparently so, but I'm not clear on why he thought it so important. I think he wanted help with the announcement, or guidance maybe. Hence inviting religious and spiritual representatives, a journalist, a popular entertainer, all people who could help him get a message out.
And we're rather popular public figures too, of course. But look, Winklebottom, I'm sure this is all very interesting, but it doesn't help us with the question of who bumped off the poor chap.
You're quite right, as always, Frumple. I think perhaps we need to talk to all the suspects at once and solve this crime once and for all.
The
You
finale?
don't mean...
Yes, Frumple, let's gather the suspects together in the drawing room.
Of course, the
Oh, I
drawing
do
room.
enjoy this part.
The classic location. Oh, but I don't have to pick.
As you all know, my good friend Admiral Gilfrey died last night. After investigating his death, myself and Dr.
The
Frumple
chameleon's the
determined
most
that it was no
suspicious, but
accident.
it could be anybody.
Somebody wanted Gilfrey silenced, and they wanted it so badly that they'd resorted to murder.
And what's more, that person is in the room with us right now.
Yes, I think that was rather implied, Frumple. Now, all of you were invited here by Gilfrey, and several of you had ideas why that was so. All of you were wrong. Now, to recap. Yesterday, guests started arriving here. At some point, we don't know when, somebody dumped a large quantity of salt into Gilfrey's water supply, an action that ultimately led to his death.
Rotten way to go.
Now, as well as killing Gilfrey, it seems the criminal was also looking for something. They were searching the attic when they were disturbed by Ambrose, the butler. They ran and locked him in order to escape without anybody sounding the alarm. They escaped the house, briefly dropping the key to the cellar, which they'd also locked to hide their crime. Something must have gone wrong though, as we know that nobody is missing, so they presumably returned here after failing to escape the island.
Well, go on then. Who was it?
Well, Frumple, that's the interesting question. I'm afraid that right now I don't know the answer. But let us examine the facts and discuss the subjects one at a time. Reverend Peabody, we know that you went up to the attic at one point, and we also know what you have been looking for up there. You have a secret, and you were terrified Gilfrey would reveal it.
But you can't mean... I didn't.
No, I think not. So what about Beryl? You've worked for Gilfrey for years, but felt hurt that he didn't reciprocate the feelings
Just
you had
fucking
for him.
open up
Perhaps
all.
you finally snapped and decided that if you couldn't have him, nobody could.
Open up all.
Oh, my lord! I
I
never...
like the shocked gasps.
No? Well then, let's turn to Sir Winslet. You believe that Gilfrey didn't approve of you. In point of fact, you were wrong about that, and the reason you're here is that he valued you as a journalist and wanted you to help with his announcement.
Oh, I see.
Got a victim coming
Plus,
back.
of course, there's the matter of the inheritance. You are not a rich cat, but Constance is now a very wealthy lady. With the supposed impediment to your union out of the way, your money woes are over.
Now, come on, old thing, be serious.
Very well, let's move on.
Very well.
Celia. With the narcissism typical of members of the acting profession, you actually believe that Gilfrey invited everybody here to reveal your closely guarded
This
secrets.
guy's just
Is
roasting
this enough of a
everybody.
reason for
Man.
you to kill?
Kinda based.
Will you stop going on about my bill, young man? There's nothing in it.
Stupid bat left the trumpet in the other room.
Well, no matter. We still have other suspects, such as Madame Lavinia.
Oh. No, you can't suspect me.
And why not? You believe, incorrectly as it turns out, that you are a fraud. Gilfrey, a rational chap, might want to expose this to the world. Maybe fearing this, you took matters into your own hooves.
But
I'm not finished yet. We still have Miss Price to consider.
I like that he's just laying it all out.
Of course, you'd forget about me until the end.
You worked with Gilfrey, helped him with his research. Maybe you feared he would take all the credit for your work. After all, he took your notes and papers. Perhaps a lifetime of being underappreciated boiled over and you did away with him.
Perhaps. Is that what you really think, Mr. Winklebottom?
No, probably not. However, that is just about everybody, except for Mr. Spode here. I suppose there could be something we don't know about Gilfrey's legal matters that could give you a motive.
Could be, old boy, but there isn't.
No, Spode has been Gilfrey's solicitor for years. Hard to imagine him suddenly developing a sudden desire to murder him.
So what now? Who did it?
Who's the killer? I'll tell you. Right now, the killer. The killer is... I don't know. Blast, I was rather hoping they might be gracious enough to expose themselves at this point.
Oh, bugger. So what now? More questioning?
Well,
Actually, sir, if you don't mind, I have a question for you.
Fucking Culver's down there.
Culver, glad to see you back in the land of the living. What is it?
Well, sir, I was just wondering why you keep referring to this fellow as Spode.
Because that's who he is, Spode of Spode and Flabbernacle Solicitors.
No, he isn't. Look, sir, I spend a lot of time in court giving evidence and what have you. I know Spode. Both of them, in fact.
I'm glad this
And
guy could
chap
fly across
isn't
the
him.
ocean in the storm for us here. What a lad.
Damn your eyes. Price, follow me now.
Good night, everyone.
Damn it, the lights are out. Somebody, stop them.
You're gonna get pickpocketed. Act 3.
Quickly, Frumple, hurry, we mustn't lose track of them.
Easy for you to say with those whacking great stilts you call legs. Now where have the buggers got to?
This way, they're heading off in the direction of the forest.
Now where do we
Yeah,
go?
we hadn't gone to this place yet.
I'm sure they came in here. We can't be far behind them, but which way did they go? There must be some clue.
Kid, the fucking human school.
The papers we discovered. I have reservations. I'm really not sure.
A clue. Getting louder. Drama. Is that? Maybe.
No, we've lost them.
There's Something to actually see here.
I'd really rather... I have reservations. No.
Well, he's not been the best, but yeah, whoever it is. It's alright, but one of the lower points of the cast. Does the job? It's serviceable, it's not like atrocious. Trying to see the clue here. I just figured a lamp would be enough, man.
No. Perhaps you remember.
No, no,
Perhaps you remember.
no.
We're supposed to be chasing them down, but how are we supposed to find our way out there? Music's a bit much.
Quickly, Frumple, hurry!
Easy for you to say with it.
This way!
Okay. I think we're just supposed to be doing it right here.
I'm sure they came in here. We can't be far behind them, but which way did they go? There must be some clue.
I don't see anything, man.
Where we met? A rather mysterious... The papers we... A hot parrot. A sharp kick.
Jesus, just get a compass, man. I'm not really seeing any clues, man. There's supposed to be some way to like see something. If we can go like find someone to like track them down somehow. Didn't sniff her out.
No.
What exactly am I looking for? Do they want me to like leave? I really don't think so. I think the idea is they're supposed to be leaving a trail now somehow.
I'm sure they came in here.
Looking for some kind of sign.
I have reservations.
Okay. Don't really see much, man. It's like, what do we really have now that we didn't have before? The skull.
I have
Literally just these flashes real quick. They look like almost like glitches, man. They're always in the same spot.
No.
Well. But bro, they patched it to have 60 FPS or something now. Yeah, I'll just go play my old version. Oh, it's only 60 FPS on PS5. Wow. That shit should be like $10. 10, 20 bucks, man. Ridiculous, dude. Yep, 1-to-1 ports are fine, but price them accordingly. Cause, come on, man. It includes Undead Nightmare. Yeah, so does every Game of the Year fucking edition of everything, and those are still cheaper than that. Sure, 20. For your Switch port, you know, you gotta play it on the go.
No.
Yeah. I agree. 50s, yeah, just them knowing they got the big stuff. Charging out the ass because of it, man. I don't know. I wonder how many people really are even bothering buying that version. I mean, that's almost the price it was on release. Oh, what's up, Edge? Thank you, buddy. It might be release price. This is a murder mystery in the vein of Umineko. Return to Shinagami Island. And then there were not that kind of murder mystery on an island. But you play as extremely British, classy lads that are also animals.
I'm sure they came in here. We can't be far behind them.
This
But
is the
which way
very
did
end,
they
though.
go? There must be some
It's been charming. It's not like crazy on the point and click side of things or mystery side of things, but it's been fun enough little thing. It's kind of got like that Monkey Island joke speed. There's just constant jokes, not godly, but just kind of like, all right. There's definitely a certain budget to the amount of areas and some of the VA work, but that's cool. I'd play another one. Yeah, right, those. Just goofy. The music's really loud right now. What is the clue to where they're going? Oh, really? The psychic connection. Yeah, we're kind of chasing down the criminals right now. How's Sekiro been? Trying to find what clues here.
I'd really rather. I'd really. No. No.
I honestly don't even think there's supposed to be an item ease on it, but I don't see like a visual. What game? Excuse me. Yeah, no problem, Rich. Pumpkin Panic. Not familiar. You like the tuft?
I have reservations.
It's like right in the middle there. It's just popping up in the middle.
No, we.
I don't get it. Oh, look cozy, man. Oh, it's literally called the Cozy Farm. Yeah. Is it just like a little kind of demo essentially, or is that the full thing? Wait, now these are appearing permanently in different areas.
No.
It glitched? I don't know, man. Feels like it's possible it's glitched. Yeah, now it's in different areas, yeah.
Finally, a way through this wretched forest.
Maybe it was glitched, because it was like showing multiple of the same thing a lot of the time. And sometimes I just didn't even have it sitting there.
Crumple, look. What's that coming through the mist?
A human being, are they zombies or something? That'd be funny.
I don't much care for that thing.
All the humans turn to zombies.
My God, Frumple. It's an abomination.
He's making a run for it.
I do like that. They're building up that the human is the monster. And they're just like this disgusting creature. Fear the guys who form are they real, yeah. Lightning Man 1, then some Centipede Knife Man. Also beating the brain empty block, dark pulls out of my head. Yeah. See, I was a dodge guy in Souls after my first playthrough. The Sekiro, I had to kind of like, yeah, adjust to that rhythm, the parrying. Took a little bit, but it's really fun. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. Have you been streaming it or just playing? The ever.
I'm after him. He may lead us to Price and our imposter, Spode.
Just playing it, gotcha. Being good.
Ugh, I'm all covered in dry twigs and leaves from the forest. No sign of that creature, or Price or Spode, but they must surely have come this way.
They must be inside this lighthouse. We've got them trapped.
The doors are locked tight with a padlock.
We'll have to get it open somehow. We have to find them.
It's no good. The padlock is too strong to prise off with the crowbar.
The camera, this from soft
I
camera.
have reservation. This is locked.
Remember how the limehouse lizards cracked open that safe containing the Duchess's pearls? We could do the same.
The lad.
Blast the
What's up, sir?
blasted thing off.
Problem is, I don't have anything to blast it open with.
Here, I still have some of that gunpowder we took from the caves. Thought I'd grab some extra just in case. You can have the rest of the contents of my pockets too, in case it's of any use.
Well, which would be twigs and leaves.
Right, I'm going to pour this gunpowder into the padlock. I can probably use these to start a fire, but I'll get my hooves blown off if I ignite the gunpowder directly. I need a fuse.
Is it the safe? Apparently not. The needle and thread.
I'll place some of the thread from this sewing kit into the lock and run it a safe distance. I can generate a bit of heat with this tinder, but the fuse isn't lighting. I need to make it more flammable. This seems unlikely.
No oil in this.
Okay, I've soaked the fuse in the last dregs of oil from this lantern. Now it should light.
Yep, it's a point and click.
Okay, hopefully I can use these twigs to generate a bit of
4
a spark.
steps to unlock this
It's
thing.
going. Stand back, old thing. Hooves over the old lugs, what?
That was like clearly like human skid noises. I do like how they kind of just don't even attempt to explain how the giraffe is running around doing things. Part of the joke. Yeah, everybody other than the main two are fine. You get used to the main two. I think you'd expect something a little bit less. Something a little bit more refined, classy almost for the giraffe, but you get used to him. But the guy on the right, it's just too flat, man. Like, I think it's because they're trying to sound more like hippo serious or something, but like there's a lot of moments where the dialogue is like got a little bit more emotion or exaggeration or something, and it just kind of doesn't happen. It's not like fuck. You get used to it. It's not like one of those dubs where it's just like, oh my god. You just keep, you know, the one of not dubs, but one of those VA jobs where it's just ruining it. But it's definitely always like the first noticeable
Almost
thing.
there now.
This is it. This is...
That's it! The padlock is off. Finally, I can open this hatch.
Is
My God, Frumple, what is
I don't know,
this
Chris,
place?
bro.
Just what has been happening here?
these humans, man. Monster. Maybe they make a joke about it if you examine it.
Various chemicals.
But I
and
just immediately used the
concoctions.
crowbar.
What ails ya?
Wouldn't go sipping those willy-nilly. Some nasty stuff there.
Could just be some guy, man.
A book about something called DNA. Mean anything to you, Frumple?
Earth shattering boom,
Looks
yeah.
like biology, but
Blows
nothing
the whole
else. If
fucking
I don't know,
lighthouse
it's likely
down.
just bunkum and boulder dash. I say, Winklebottom, who's this unfortunate figure?
Quickly, Frumple, we should get this gag out of his mouth. Right, old boy, soon have this out of your mouth.
Oh, thank you, sirs. I rather feared my number was up. What on earth is going on here?
That was rather going to be my question. May I ask with whom I have the pleasure of conversing?
Oh, how rude of me. My apologies. I am Ulysses Spode of Spode and Flabbernacle. At your service, sir.
I say,
The
old
real
fellow,
Spode.
that toad chap is impersonating. Not that he tricked me for a second, you understand.
He tied me up just as I arrived at the island. Asked all sorts of questions about me and my client, Mr. Gilfrey. You know the Admiral?
Yes, indeed, and I'm afraid I have some rather sad news in that regard. However, right now we must urgently search his laboratory. We're really in an awful hurry.
Oh, be careful. There's something ghastly going on in here. Have you seen that thing? That creature, all hairless and pallid? Oh, never in all my days have I set eyes on such a thing.
We'll be careful, and we'll be back to set you free as soon as possible.
Oh, don't mind me, old thing. I'll just wait here until you're ready.
What on earth are these things?
They're abhorrent, blasphemous creatures. Ugly blighters too.
I wonder, could these be related to that strange skull Gilfrey found?
Their noggins would seem to be about the right shape, though these poor chaps don't look like the healthiest specimens of whatever species they are.
That creature outside, though. Are these previous attempts to create that thing? Is that even possible?
Dashed if I know. I can help chaps keep hold of life, but
Return to
creating it from
Srinivasa too, man.
nothing...
Well, this doesn't help us with our immediate concern in any case.
I say, a chap could probably hide in here if he or she wanted to.
The same thought had crossed my mind, old thing. Okay, ready?
Oh well, better look next time, eh?
Good grief, what macabre experiments have occurred down
Like a
here?
Frankenstein thing.
This equipment looks like it can deliver a heck of a shock to the system. Might be useful to kickstart a chap's ticker.
Or start one up from scratch, perhaps?
Statler Waldorf. I mean, I don't actually know enough about that. They're going for kind of a Sherlock Holmes Watson thing. But Watson's a little bit more jokey and like incompetent at times. And they poke a lot of fun at each other.
Blast, it's locked. Spode and Price.
But like, you know, the hip is like a fucking doctor, medical doctor and all that
Bloody
shit.
locked doors. As soon as we get back to London, I'm getting one of those skeleton keys that
And he's
Charlie
just
Wheeler
like
used to
a
break into
cynic.
nightclubs.
I mean, I'm not getting the feeling very well, but I feel like that's kind of like sorta the archetype. There's just, I mean, it's more like joke and
What on earth?
twist on it, I guess.
Ow! I say, what was that?
Winklebottom's the one that's like well known and the main dude and he's famous. And the other guy's the doctor who kind of just helps him out. Has like a practice and shit.
Ouch. Something bloody well stabbed me.
They're gonna turn them into zombies or knock them out.
Gentlemen.
Price, what's going on here? And where is Spode?
Oh, Mr. Winklebottom. I'm sorry it had to come to this. Why did you have to start poking your noses into things that don't concern you? I just wanted to be left alone with my work, but you wouldn't let me, would you? The same as Gilfrey wouldn't let me.
I don't understand. Are you saying you killed Gilfrey?
I didn't, as it happens. But does it matter, really? He had to be stopped. He was going to tell the world about my discovery. Stop my experiment.
That creature?
It is not a creature. It is a human.
I say, a what?
A human. Homo sapiens, if you want its scientific name. Oh, you'd find them fascinating, Doctor. Before the world as we know it existed, they ruled the earth, you know, built great cities and fought terrible wars. They were like gods.
Sounds like you want to take their place. You're playing God.
I have recreated them. Just a tiny trace of biological matter on that skull was all I needed. From just that, I was able to create cells. And from cells, a whole
Toss the
body.
clock too, yeah. Get the whole bang
Took
on
you a
him.
few goes though, by the looks of it.
Nobody's perfect, Mr. Frumple. The mistakes were unfortunate, but an essential step in my work. And the final result, well, he is perfect.
What? Because the dinosaurs died or something? Or what?
I'm starting to see why Gilfrey wanted to stop you.
Am I
It
living
was
in
you
the
he was trying to get rid of,
post-apocalypse
wasn't
right
it? He
now?
wanted you off the island and your work stopped.
He didn't understand. Wanted to just tell the world about everything.
The
would
Ice
take
Age
my
bros.
creation from me. Lucky for me that others wanted the secret kept too.
The imposter, Spode.
He's their representative. He's just here to help get me and my work away from this place. His organization
The
is
Illuminati.
most insistent that this discovery is kept secret from the general public. They, at least, appreciate me.
Oh, I gotcha. Suppose so, yeah.
It was him, wasn't it? He poisoned Gilfrey to keep him quiet.
No, sorry. That's enough. I've just been keeping you talking long enough for the poison to kick in. It should be well into your system by now. Can you feel it?
Oh, I'm feeling a bit peaky, old thing.
Me too, Frumple.
I'm sorry I had to do it. But you would have stopped me, wouldn't you? I have to get off the island with my work like we planned before the wretched storm ruined everything.
Wait, stop. Let's discuss this like civilized animals. It's not too late.
Sorry, Mr. Winklebottom. The boat should be here by now, and you've most kindly found the papers Gilfrey took from me. We've been searching high and low for these. And you've brought the skull, too, I see. I'll have those.
Wait, No.
Hopefully it's just sleeping poison. Not killer man poison.
Frumple. Frumple, snap out of it.
I don't feel so good, old thing.
Quickly, we need to find an antidote. I need you, Dr. Frumple.
Doctor.
Ah, doctor, I need a doctor. Come on, old boy, you have to help. There are lots and lots and lots and oh, I'm repeating myself. The point is, there must be something we can do with all these chemicals.
Give me a moment, I need to think in my head. Ah, I know.
Well?
Well, I remember my school holidays in summer running through the grass. The color of the leaves on the trees, everything was so happy then.
I'm not sure this is helpful.
It just popped into my head when I was thinking about how to make an antidote.
Chin chin, old boy, and down the hatch. Ugh. I hope this tastes better than it looks. No. I say, I'm not sure I like the color of this one. Oh well. Well, that was awful. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I need to talk to Froctodum.
Well, we tried.
Come on, old boy, what do we need to do?
Well, I remember my school...
Come on, old boy.
Well, I remember my school holidays in summer running through the grass. The color of the leaves on the trees, everything was so happy then.
Just green, bro?
Chin chin, old... Ugh. Hello in there, would you like a nice cup of tea?
No manners, that's the problem today.
Come on, from...
Met a chap one day who'd made the most delicious honey. I got it all over my face and clothes. When Nanny washed it off, it left the bathwater such a lovely color, like liquid sunlight.
Watch this be the same combination I just did. But you have to make sure you get the dialogue.
I really hope some part of you knows what you're doing here, old thing.
One day I stayed out too late and it started to get dark. I stumbled and fell into a ditch.
Okay, I haven't done red.
Well, here's mud in your eye, old boy. Blah. Is there any more, my friend?
Eventually the end of summer came. I had to go back to school and those rotters who called me names. I spent the last day just laying down, looking up at the clear summer sky, hoping the day would never end. Still remember the color even now.
The sky. Oh, it supposed blue, but it looked kind of purpley.
Okay, bottoms up. Yeah. Oh, my head. My word, those chemicals tasted absolutely foul.
They did the job though, eh?
Indeed they did. Well done, my scholarly sidekick.
We'd better get a move on though. Catch up with the rogues before they scarper.
Yes, come on, let's head back outside and see what's happening.
What about the sloth?
Spode.
Well, no. But I'm sure you know that by now. I thought I'd got away with that, you know. Would have too, if not for you meddling mammals. Just needed to play for a bit of time for our boat to arrive and get myself, Price, and her creation away from here.
You did it, didn't you? You killed Gilfrey.
Old fool was going to go public about what he'd found. We couldn't allow that.
Why not? What harm would it do?
Harm? My dear Winklebottom, it would be catastrophic. So much of what we think of as our society comes from them, you know. The humans. We cannot allow their existence to become public knowledge.
And so, just for that, you killed him?
No choice. We needed to tie up all the loose ends. Keep him from talking and get Price, her creature, and the research off the island.
Only you couldn't, could you? You didn't know about the safe, so couldn't find his papers. And then, having wasted time looking for them, the storm stopped you getting away.
Inconvenient, that was. Fortunately, we ran into Spode, and as nobody else knew him, that gave me a convenient cover to carry on looking for the research. A solicitor looking through papers. Nobody would give a second thought.
But why not just talk to Gilfrey, explain things to him? You didn't need to kill him.
Too big a risk. Whatever else the humans were, they made sure everybody knew their place in the world. Kept order. We need that. Our society has been shaped, molded
Complex
into
motives.
a replica of theirs to keep our own instincts at bay. Imagine if that got out. It would be chaos.
Well, you've buggered it up now, haven't you? We all know, and we're not going to keep quiet about it.
The gun, dude.
Oh, Dr. Frumple. You and the others are never
The zoom
leaving
in.
this island. I'm sorry, but that's how it's got to be. This whole thing goes far deeper than you know. And I'm afraid the two of you are just some more loose ends that I need to deal with.
You absolute bounder.
Bounder. What the?
No! Get off us, you fool! You'll have us all over the edge!
Frumple! No!
What? The edge? Isn't that just on the beach? Or is this a cliffside, man? It must be a cliffside. Just cut to him standing there, dude.
Well then, Culver, can I offer you
Wrestling.
a cup of tea before you go?
Most kind, sir. Most kind. I say, lovely service, wasn't it? Dr. Frumple would have enjoyed it, I think.
Indeed so, indeed so. Reverend Peabody gave a most moving sermon.
I'm guessing Trumple's in the hospital, and they're talking about the other guy's death.
All a bit quick to my mind, but I suppose they know what they're doing.
Indeed, the impetuousness of youth, I suppose. Winslet and Constance looked very happy in any case, and Miss Clutterbuck was kind of
it's the
overjoyed when she
marriage.
caught the bouquet.
Shame old Frumple couldn't be there. Have you seen him today?
Not yet, they say he should be out of hospital in a day or so. I think his demands for tea are starting to test the patient and the nurses, truth be told.
And he still has no idea how he managed to get back onto the beach after his fall.
None at all, I suspect we'll never know.
What happened to the zombie? Oh, the top head octopus. Best one. One of the good lads.
Well, anyway, how goes the case? Still no sign of the fellow who was impersonating Spode?
Not a trace of him, nor this creature you claim to have seen. He almost certainly died in the fall.
And Miss Price?
Oh, she's being most helpful. I've got a full confession. Honestly, I think she was just happy that somebody was paying attention to her for once. She'll be charged as an accessory to Gilfrey's murder.
Well then, I suppose that just about wraps everything up.
Well, there is just one thing. Price had these notes on her, in this weird-looking skull. The boys of the yard don't know what to do with them, so I rather thought
He
you
just
might
gets
wanna
to keep
them.
the relic of
Oh,
humanity.
Inspector Culver, I most assuredly do.
Do you think you'll go public with all this? Tell people what you know?
That will require some thought. Spode believed our whole society would collapse if people knew the truth, but, you know, I rather suspect we'll continue to muddle on just fine.
Well, let me know if you do decide to tell the world. I rather think I might just take a holiday that week.
Most wise, Inspector. Well now, how about that cup of tea?
Oh, yes. Very kind.
Cuppa.
And this time, I'll be sure to put the milk in first, just the way Frumple likes it.
We're gonna find out what happens. Oh. Alright. Localization. Oh, a lot of languages. Well, anyways, yeah, it was alright. Not like a crazy godly point and click or anything, but cute one. The animal thing.
Well, old thing, how are you feeling now?
They play off it a bit. They don't go like too hard on it, where it gets like super old. But they also don't make like crazy fun jokes at its expense. Yeah, it's just the concept's cute, I guess.
Well, not too bad, all things considered. They say it must have cracked me cranium on some rocks when it fell into the water.
Oh, just your head then?
Anyway, have the papers picked up on the case? What are they saying about me?
Well, I shouldn't worry yourself about that right now. My immediate concern is what to do about the research we found regarding these humans. Spode, or whoever he really was, seemed to think society would collapse if people found out about them.
I mean, it's a bit of a shock that these fellows ran the place before us, but look, if they were such clever clogs, what happened to them? Can't be that smart if they wiped themselves out.
Gilfrey's research doesn't say. Whatever happened to them, it didn't leave a lot of evidence, just traces really, underground or in deep caves. I suppose somebody must have found books or documents and set about moulding our society along the lines of theirs. It must have taken centuries though.
Some kind of secret society shaping the world? Sounds like utter bunkum to me. Anyway, what are we going to do about it? We have to tell people, don't we?
You know, Frumple, I rather think we do. We can't keep it secret. If people know the truth, then we can decide for ourselves. There's no reason to follow the path trodden by these long-dead humans. It's our world now, and I believe we have a duty to find our own way in it.
The fucking, like, breakdown paragraphs.
Bound to get a mention in the newspaper if we do.
Indeed so, Frumple. Well, I'm going to go and make a few arrangements, and then, once you're fighting fit again, we shall have a big announcement to make.
Hope the Illuminati doesn't get him first. Mr. Dumple. But, yeah. So, it's a cute little concept. You can't really go wrong with the classic murder mystery location. It's not much of a mystery or anything, but it does have kind of like your fun little over-the-top ending there. With the remnants of humanity and all that. It's definitely more about animal control. Definitely more about the kind of comedy point and click atmosphere and shit.
Send out the word. I want Lord Winklebottom, dead or alive.
Sequel bait. But yeah, I would say it's kind of got that like Monkey Island air of just like lots of jokes. Nothing like super ultra funny, but it's kind of like a fun little atmosphere. There's a decent amount of backgrounds and stuff. They weren't all like super great, and there's not like that many, but I mean, it does the job for sure. Sometimes I feel like the point and click gameplay was a little too basic. It was a lot of steps to do some. Oh, this guy's just still there.
I say, Chabs, any chance you could let me out now?
Like I had a few chuckles and stuff.
Getting a bit, peckish here now. Chaps? Chaps?
Zombie. But yeah, like the presentation's fun and all. I think, you know, a lot of the backgrounds and variety could be a bit juicier, but I mean, they keep it. They have as much as they need to on all that for the length. It's like a 5-6 hour point and click. But yeah, some of the gameplay bits, they're not going for like moon logic or anything, but they kind of dip into it a little, and into kind of, I wouldn't say quite pixel hunts. It's not like the worst, but definitely a lot of kind of just like find the item. And lots of flags. You'll click items and you'll think, yes, I need to use it for this reason. But like, you have to do a bunch of other shit before you can do that. and they don't really let you know that like now you can grab the thing, so you just kind of have to assume. So if you don't really got the like game sense going on, you can spend a little extra time just fucking around. I spent a little extra time fucking around, clicking things too early and stuff. It does also mean you go back through a lot of the same areas pretty often. If you're looking for like a big journey, right? Kind of point and click where you're going all these different places and stuff, it's not quite there. But it's still a fun time. It's got its charm. I would play another one. It's one of those that you can see a lot of cool improvements probably. I would say the VA work was another weird one. I feel like every side VA was fine. And you kind of get used to the Winklebottom one. He comes across like he's supposed to be more like the smoothest one, but like he's just kind of like slightly goofy. But I didn't really like the hippo guys very much. I feel like it's far too deadpan. Like he'll end the sentence with like an "a what" and all that kind of stuff, but I just kind of like say it like really flatly instead of kind of this like flourish at the end of the sentence. I don't think the VA work ever killed it, but I definitely think because there's so much dialogue between the two and it is so focused on the dialogue, that bit could have been a little stronger. It's serviceable. I think that's kind of like the most of the game. Like, you know, the puzzles and stuff, they're serviceable if you're just feeling a point and click. It's a comfy little kind of goofy thing. Just anytime they actually try to play into the animal deal, like using his neck to like go up to the second floor or down to the basement, you know, you'll get a little bit of a laugh out of that. But, you know, otherwise it's not really like running on like, you know, all cylinders. And some of the art department, like the sub area, looked kind of odd. The proportions and stuff were kind of odd. I couldn't even like. I mean, obviously the joke that somehow he's getting in through all these doors is funny, but like the submarine looked like it was the size of like a pin, but the lake was like a puddle. It just kind of looked a little odd. So there's like little bits like that that I feel like kind of add up, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. Oh, what else? Oh yeah, with a cliffhang. Like I said, if you're looking for a mystery, it's more just like an air of mystery and comedy. Which is what you should expect with the game, like the name Lord Winklebottom Investigate. Definitely more fleshed out than say like a Frog Detective or something. Oh wait, that's another animal detective game I've played. Although those are fun on the first run, but they kind of plays out the jokes by the second or third one really. It feels a bit more fleshed out, but yeah, so I think that's about it. Overall, fine. Fine enough, for sure. I don't regret playing it. I'd play another, assuming they would, you know, kind of build off of it, and you gotta see maybe different parts of, or, you know, either go deeper into some kind of like really interesting area and atmosphere, or kind of play off of the animal society, and you get to see all sorts of different aspects of it and shit. Nice playground for comedy. Oh, I cannot stop yawning. So I might take a little break before we dip into our next thing. Either be Zero Ranger. I'll do Lost Levels maybe tomorrow or the day after, but maybe we'll keep doing point and click, chill stuff. Might do Dordogne. Or maybe I'll just take a break for the night. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Back in a bit, maybe. I don't think we're doing any more animal detective games this week. Lord Winklebottom was the better one compared to Detective Pikachu.